Okay, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to That's That Podcast. I'm your host, Newt. When I saw this on the shelf at my local junk store and realized, okay, for 50 cents, I think I'm getting a Highlander movie with Adrian Paul. I wasn't sure, but I thought this might be the Highlander movie, the infamous Highlander movie from a story of mine I tell quite a few people. An incident that happened when I met Adrian Paul at a convention. So let's get into it. Let's get into this. This is Unholy Alliance starring Adrian Paul. Highlander, there can only be one. DVD from Anchor Bay. What this is the first two episodes of season 2, I think it is, of Highlander. The last time Xavier St. Cloud crossed the Highlander's path, it cost him his right hand. Now he's back for revenge and team with McLeod's old rival, the renegade watcher James Horton. Together they're out for immortal blood, special McLeod. So got commentaries, some interviews, all that stuff, Roger Chronicles. I thought this, let me get this little booklet. Excuse me. There's that many seasons of Highlander and that many seasons of Xena? That many seasons of Hercules? What's on the back? Okay. That's the story. So I thought it was that movie. This is not the movie he made. This is just like they took two episodes, kind of merged them together as a movie. Okay, the movie that Adrian Paul made. Now back, this would be 2013, 2014. I'm thinking it was 2014. The con I used to go to regularly, Coast Con's down in Biloxi. I don't know if it came back last year, but I don't know if it was there this year. The pandemic almost killed it, plus bad management stuff. That's cool, though. They were supposed to be bringing in Ernie Hudson. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to do like I always do for these cons. I'm going to bring some unusual guns on. Like when I met Patricia Tall, my guy was signing a copy of the Knight Riders movie, the George Romero movie she's in, on VHS. Because everybody's bringing DVDs of, Battle and Follow shit. No, I'm going to get you some of this. So with Ernie Hudson, I'm like, everybody's going to have Ghostbusters for him. Nah, F that. The Crow. I'm sorry, not the Crow. The Crow. Ghostbusters Crow. I'm my basketball diaries. So I had my basketball diaries, DVD, VHS ready. And then he had to cancel last minute. They replaced it with Adrian Paul. Now, it's like the 5th year of this. A buddy of mine who's now passed, named Drew. We do this panel every year called Comics and Other Media. We talk about comic book movies, comic book TV shows, shit like that, cartoons. And he was a cynical comic fan, and a buddy of his who usually joined me, the positive fan. It was just always entertaining. This was the last one of those I got to go to. So I went every year. For the longest, until, as of this, I was only been to every one of the Comics and Other Media panel. Like the first time he did it, there were 2 of us showed up. So what ended up happening was the panel room he was doing it in was right in front of the green room they had for celebrities. Celebrities would show up from the hotel, hang out in the green room, and go to their booth. Well, during Drew's panels, he's up on stage ranting about something. I don't remember what. 2014, what would have been coming out. Had the Jonah Hex movie come out yet? Because he had a part that he was telling. I remember the year before it came out, or the con before it came out, he's telling everybody, avoid it. Don't even Netflix it. It's horrible. It's a pile of shit. Whatever. He's talking. And Adrian Paul's walking on the side of the room from the green room, heading to his booth, which is out the door across the hall. Trying to be inconspicuous. And all of a sudden, my buddy Drew's like, hey, hit a spotlight over there on the guy against the wall. And the light hits Adrian Paul. Adrian Paul turns and looks, and Drew's like, hey, bootleg TV Highlander. I want my money back for that last bored-ass Highlander movie. You owe me $6. And Adrian Paul looks at it. It does not break a sweat. It says, I don't remember the exact wording, but something of F you. Nobody bought that movie. Everybody got it off BitTorrent. I don't know you shit. And walks off laughing. After all this happens, when the panel's over, me and Drew and a couple other people walk over to Paul's booth and talk to him for a minute. And he's just dying. He's like, yeah, nobody bought that movie. He's like, everybody downloaded. The Russian bootleg DVD was floating around for 2 years till the movie came out. And let us play around with the Highlander sword and all that. So I was like, I thought I was buying a copy of it. Now I'm getting 2 episodes. I'm not the biggest Highlander fan. I think the first movie's pretty cool. The second one, there's one cut of it I didn't know. And after that, I don't give a shit about them. I've seen a good chunk of them. And when this show was on there, it's one of those where wasn't shit else on the weekends and I happened to be home. I'd put it on halfway, listen to it. I was doing something else. But I just never been a big Highlander fan. It's not something I got into heavy. And it's one of those where I'm like, what the, I don't. It's got a huge fandom. I'll give them that, but I don't get why. Like after that first show, I don't get why the fandom continued because that second film's horrible. And this TV show was, I've seen worse, but yeah, avoid this. Avoid Unholy Alliance. Avoid the actual Highlander film. I think it's called The Source. But remember, fuck you, fanboy. You got it up BitTorrent. I don't know you shit. Adrian Paul. And R.I.P. Drew. He died, I want to say his last hope, as of recording last year, which would be 2023. Because I don't know if he actually ever married her, but I hooked his lady up with, I filmed the last year I went down there. No, the year before, I filmed Drew's comic panel. It's up on one of my channels. I might put a link to that. I might do that in this video if I remember when I put this up to put a link to that, because that's all. CoastCon didn't film panels, and that panel was great. And lucky he kept it to an hour because that's all my camera could do. And now I can film hours and hours. But I'm out, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe, all of the bullshit. Talk to everybody later. Bye-bye.